Hey Virgo, it's Mary with Seer Tarot. This is the second take, so I'm going to tell you what happened in the first one. I think that somebody's really fighting with themselves about how they really feel. How they feel. How you feel. You may be fighting with yourself about how you feel. Okay? And looking at like the truth of a situation. Like not wanting to admit you feel a certain way, but yet it's there. Okay? So let's start over. This is for October 16th through the 31st, 2020. So I have the world. Okay, so it's over. Something's over, right? A lesson has been completed. A journey has been completed. Okay. Next card is, and so this is learning what we needed to learn in the lesson. Next card I have is fairness and reciprocity. And it's a just, things being just. So we have like the judge in the middle, or like a person that's doing the arbitrary, like just say like a counselor that's being to make sure things are fair. So you have somebody in between that's making sure things are fair. And then we have the man and woman. She seems closed off, and he does a bit. So it feels like there's an ending, and we're splitting up material assets almost. Now, the other side of this could be that we're still trying to work things out, and we have a counselor there, okay? And so we're trying to sort things out. But it doesn't feel like it's because there's love, that there's a reconciliation. Five of Wands, because there's too much turmoil, there's too much competition. The competition, the gossip, other people in putting their 2 cents in, so to speak, is still there. So this is just getting through the end, sorting up what you need to, dividing what needs to be divided, and moving forward, okay? Okay, so I'm just looking at this Five of Wands. It's a little bit different than our typical Five of Wands, because in this situation, it's how all the pieces, all the parties involved that were involved, created whatever this was. So if it was you and your husband, if there was a third party, okay, if there was another man or woman involved, if there was a friend, so if there was another lover, if there was a friend, and then like a mother or father-in-law or some kind of in-law, family member, that's 5 people. And have they all contributed to this, okay? Have they all made up whatever this was? That you were not alone. You were like, had a relationship with everybody. Okay, so then we have death. This is between the world and the Six of Pentacles. So this is the end. This is the end. And it's being transformed right now because of the split, I believe. And then you get to start over in your own lives. Sorry about that. Okay, and so we have the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. Then we have the Lovers. So death is Scorpio. And Lovers is Gemini. Scorpio is about digging up what, ending something and ending something that no longer works, that's been there, that's leaving. It's going to the underworld to dig out what needs to be removed, okay? So the Lovers is making the best decisions and coming from a place of your heart, So sometimes it needs to be head over heart, heart over head, because there has to be a balance. So Most of all, you can be happy. So you don't sacrifice. And so maybe you love this person, but there's just not a way to make it work out with the current situation, that kind of thing. Or it could be that you don't love this person anymore, so you need to do what's right for all the parties involved. That's how the Lover's card comes across. So death to what's happened, what was old, and so you can have a new start. Because the world is the end also, but the Lovers to make the best decisions for all parties involved. Okay, the combination between the two. And that is the Knight of Wands. So this is a card, of somebody that's been through a battle. Each one of these wands represents the battles and the challenges that she's faced. And she's right there in a place where she's resting. And she's kind of tired and all that, but understanding that she'll continue to live her life and defend what she believes in. Okay, so considering what's happened, Virgo, it's not a bad place. It's just a reflection of looking at all the details, right? So I'm just going to ask for 3 cards. So we can just see what you need to know about this whole situation. Trying to get them to flip over for you. Illumination. So this is about expression, positivity, and joy and inspiration. So now that you're free and you're lightening up your load, starting over after the rebirth and all, end of the cycle, knowing it's the end of the cycle, end of the conflict and chaos and competition. What inspires you? They're asking you to consider what inspires you, and it truly brings you joy. Okay. Dreamscape. So this is about dream work, your subconscious, and imagination. So the dream work and then this death card here is kind of having me focus in on what may still be there that needs to be cleaned out as far as death. Maybe some underlying feeling that you're not good enough or that people choose others over you. And to consider if that belief serves you. Because it's about you possibly understanding that you're made a certain way for a reason. It's not about you fitting in with other people. It's about you being authentic. Okay, and this card talks about innocence, play, and discovery. So part of what you're being asked to do is to imagine, discover your joy and expression and being who you are, discovering your own truth, discovering the beautiful person you are. And look at this. The next card that had already flipped out was reflective truth. What is your truth here? Why do you think this whole situation happened? Identity, self-love, and acceptance. Acceptance of who we are. I've got 2 more that flipped also. I have oneness. Balance, patience, divine masculine. All right, so a couple ways this can be considered. If you're a masculine energy, this would be coming into your own power. And now the divine masculine is not distorted. He has honor and truth. And that would be the card of, divine masculine card is like the emperor. So he builds things. He protects. He has order. And he walks like he talks. Okay? Now, if you're feminine, that would be to work on bringing that part of yourself into fruition. So if you look outside of yourself for strength, then it must come from inside of yourself. That way you no longer look outside of yourself. It's balancing your bringing balance to yourself. Both sides, masculine and feminine side of Virgo. Either way. The Gemini or Lover's card here, that's also about having balance between the both sides of ourselves, looking at things from different perspectives. That's how we find out what's good for all. Okay. And then the last card here I have is Sanctuary. So this is healing and comfort, faith and restoration. And this would be kind of like, this kind of reminds me of the Hermit card, taking time out to heal, to rediscover your faith, restore your emotions, and come back to who you are, not who you were in this relationship. Okay. So we can adapt to situations, but we need to know who we are so we can show up as that person, not what somebody wants us to be. Because then in the end, they don't really know you at all. And so when you're unhappy and you decide on something, they don't even know you because you might not have presented yourself that way in the first place. So the discovery of who you are, well, that's something that is really beautiful once we get started. So I'll get one more card here. This is not a very long one, but we'll do one of these. This is the Dream Raven. Okay. So this is the Queen of Cups. This is being nurturing, being kind, but being kind to yourself most of all. Holding the cup of love that you have. Understanding that the love you have for yourself is important for your body, mind, and just that's something to be cherished. Your emotions and the love that you carry in your heart for others, how you care about others. And that should not be given easily. It's your gift. And others that know you and love you, they receive the gift. But they must also be worthy of it. So, take care, Virgo. I love you. And I have readings if you would like one. That information's in the description box. Take care.